Hello student, today I am going to make you understand a physics class 10th ICSE chapter machine, and the topic is block and tackle pulley system. Before knowing this, we will get to know the diagram related to a pulley. So if you are seeing the diagram, free body diagram of a pulley, so you will make a rigid support and will make a pivoted point and will make a cylindrical like shape, and will pass a string over here, and this string is being suspended with a load, and we are going to apply effort on it. And this is the basic simple diagram related to a pulley, and this is single fixed pulley. This is what a single fixed pulley. So this is the construction, a roughly construction related to a single pulley system. Now to mark the tension, we have to know about a basic concept related to a tension force. So let us suppose this is the string, and as a mass m, which is being suspended over here. When this mass m is being suspended over here, then the weight is going to be act in a downward direction. Then the weight would be experienced over here is mg. So the rule to have a tension over here is that from this point the tension is always act in an opposite direction on the string. So this is the mark position for a tension act on a string. Is it clear? So over here the same rule has been followed. So this is the load which is being suspended on a pulley. Send this load, it acts as a weight in a downward direction, but the string is going to be applied opposite direction to this point of suspension. Then over here, let us suppose this is the effort, and this is the effort direction is downward. Then we are going to apply a tension which is in opposite direction, can be marked as T. So over here the big question comes to your mind, okay, why you have marked, sir, a tension T over here and tension T over here? You would have marked T1 as a tension over here, you would have marked T2 as a tension acting over here. So to have a golden rule, the tension acts on the same string is same. If the string is same, the tension will be act over here would be same. That is why I marked T as tension over here and marked T tension over here. So this is the concept related to a block to a pulley system. Let us draw a block and tackle system. We have a question: draw a block and tackle pulley system whose velocity ratio is 3. The simple block and tackle pulley system I am making you to understand of. So the point to be noted for block and tackle pulley system is that velocity ratio is equal to numbers of pulley in a block and tackle pulley system. In a block and tackle pulley system. So this is the key concept or golden concept to remember to construct a block and tackle pulley system. So over here now, dear student, this is the diagram of block and tackle pulley system. So I have marked a diagram over here, and this has a 2 number of pulley in the upper block. This could be termed as upper block system, and over here this is the lower block, so we can say this a lower block, and this word is termed as tackle. This is called a tackle, a hook like a structure. So to find it over here, the diagram, the construction will come in your board examination also, since like 4 years whenever we go for the corrections and all, these types of questions are there in the ICSE pattern questions curriculum, and from where we have to check during our correction time what are the steps we are checking it off. The first most important step we are checking during our correction time, the direction of a string. Look, I have to draw the string in a rough manner with my hand, no need to use the scale for it. I'll stretch my string like this, it will pass through the lower block, and then again it will grow slowly and it will pass to the upper second block of the pulley, and it's going to be tackled over here. It's going to be tackled over here. This is the perfect diagram, you can draw it off. And this string has to be taut. You cannot draw a sagged one. It has to be straight by using your rough hand. You cannot use a scale for doing all those things. So let us mark effort, and in this case effort is in the downward direction. Look, the effort is in the downward direction. Some questions are there, downward directions are there. In a downward direction the effort is being applied. So if the effort is applied in a downward direction, which I have told you, this is the point, and from the point a tension will be marked over here. You can term as T1, and this is the point of suspension. From here one tension will be marked as T, and from here one tension will be marked as T. And over here this is being tackled. Over here also the load been acting over here, and the load has a tension over here, can be termed as T, and the load is suspended over here, can be termed as L. Is it clear? So this is the load being suspended by this string, and this tension will be marked as T, and over here also tension can be marked as T, and this is the tackle tension, can be marked as T, because the same string is acting over here, which is being balanced by this load. So over here, so how many this is the load, and how many tensions are being acting over here to balance this load? 1 2 3. So it will be 2 tensile force which is acting on the string, which is equal to load. And then, my dear student, this effort will be equal to T. Then the mechanical advantage, we have a formula which I have already discussed, load by effort. So from this formula we can substitute the value of load is 3T, and over here the effort is T. Then this T is going to cut it off, then we get our equation, mechanical advantage is equal to 3. So this is the pattern, we got it. We have drawn the tension, we have labeled the load, and we have also labeled the effort. And from here, this is the correct diagram, you'll get it in your board exam. And this is the step, like 3 marks questions are there with the tension. If marking is correct, we'll mark 1 marks for the tension, and the second mark will give it for drawing this block and tackle pulley system. And remember, this radii of this pulley system will have moved from bigger to lower radius. The radius has to be bigger to lower. The first pulley will have a bigger radius as compared to the second one, and if you are comparing with a lower block system over here, this radius is bigger. And if the second pulley we are going to make for a velocity ratio 4, the another has to be a small radius. Is it clear? So this point will give it for 1 marks. Drawing a pulley. And third marks will give to find the mechanical advantage for this using the figure. And if you have obtained this mechanical advantage, will give 1 marks. So altogether 3 marks will be substituted according to ICSE curriculum. Whenever we go for our correction, we used to give this method calculations very clearly to the children. Some of the children, what they have done, they used to do that they didn't make a equal, they used to make the equal circular radius pulley system. That is technically wrong, we won't give marks for it. Another, they use the scale and they can't draw it properly, all the string, and they can't able to label the tension. That is why we are cutting their marks. Thank you for watching.